Marhaba, Zdravo, and Annyeonghaseyo. Hey, it's Tom and Trevor from GreenShortz.
And today is video 8 of the camper build.
And today we're going to be using tinktube to install the cots. They're going to be foldable and collapsible.
And this is so we can fit the bikes in the back while we're traveling.
That's right. Let's get started. Tinktube is the sponsor of this camper build series. Tinktube makes this system of pipes, connectors, and accessories to empower any DIY project. In this video, we're going to be introducing you to some types of tinktube fittings you haven't seen before, at least on this channel, and those are the hinge fittings. The hinge fittings have a larger opening that allows a plastic bushing to fit inside. The bushing allows the bracket to turn on the pipe. The H2 bracket is very similar to the H1 bracket, but of course it adds the hinge element. The H23 bracket holds two pipes in parallel, one of which will hinge and one of which is fixed. The cots are also going to take advantage of the ability of the 3/4 inch to slide inside the 1 inch pipes. They're both going to fold up to the side and squeeze in and slide in partially. The slide on this side will allow us to get in and out of the trailer more easily. And the slide on this side will allow the cot to be long enough for my 5'10" son to lay down and stretch out. And I think there's enough room for him to grow a little bit more because he might be pushing 6. Let's just say he got his height gene from his mother. They are going to extend all the way to the back over the kitchen. Alright, that's enough talking. Let's build. Because these have to close over 2 pipes at the same time, they actually don't lock in like the other ones do. These 3 tabs align with the gaps in the bracket. The other function the slide needs to have is that it needs to be able to hinge up and not interfere with this angle.
But it's this. I was like, why is it turning? And it's the
hinge.
I know. Doing stuff in fast forward always makes it seem like you're so much better at something. Oh gosh. Because you're just going so fast and people can't tell how the struggle.
The struggle is real.
It's not that much of a struggle. Just down.
Make sure that it folds up and clears the back wall. It does. Nice. We need a cross bracket in there, but it can't go flat across because then it would be right in my back. It needs to go down at we use a 45-degree bracket here in the middle and then 2 on the sides.
Do we have an angle like that?
Of course we do. It's tinktube. We got clearance on the back side, we got clearance here, and so this needs to be just trimmed off once we're sure about the size on this. And the canvas is going to go over top. The reason we put that little dip in there is so that that doesn't bump up against my back. Yeah. But we need to extend this, and I think I've been trying to figure out the right way to do this. And I think what I'm going to do is have pieces slide in like this. Obviously not this long, but then the cot top will be in 2 sections. Alright, so last thing I need you to help me with before you go do homework is replicating this outside bar on the other side.
Sounds good.
still turns in there even though it's super tight.
That's nice.
All right, so my plan is that your side will taper this way. So we get wider down here. That'll mean that these pieces can come further down to give you more leg room.
So am I sleeping from here to there?
Scoot down so that your head is... What do you think about having your head on this end?
Yeah, it works.
All right, so you're off to do homework and I'm gonna finish up the cots.
All right, sounds good.
This end of the cot is gonna need a short foot. It will sit on the elevated portion of the floor that's gonna cover the kitchen. I'll put it here so the foot is sitting on top of that bar. Of course, this is the H2 hinge bracket. Leg is going to tuck into the wall here like this, and then have 1 inch of insulation that's going to be sitting on the floor. A 1/4 inch of flooring on top of that. So the leg gets a foot, and I can always adjust this later once the floor's in. Tucking it into the wall is better than standing up straight because it could pop out this way and dump me out of the cot. So having the leg on a hinge will also let me drop it out of the way when I fold the cot up. And that'll be important since the bikes have to get in this space. One thing I'll need to consider as I build the door that will open like this is I need to have clearance for this to slide out and in. Of course, this is asymmetrical because I wanted this to get to the 5'7" length that I need for me. It's only about 5 feet to here. This gets me to about 5'8". I'm gonna set up a quick temporary sleeping surface with a rope to see how I fit. This feels sturdy. I have a pillow under my head down here. It's definitely thinner for a sleeping surface. Of course, my canvas will be tighter than this, and I'll probably still have a cushion underneath, but I think this is gonna work. All right, I like it. Now I'm gonna assemble the other side, which of course is gonna be wider down on this end for the old tall Trevor. This gets me 79 inches to here, and I got 6 feet here. So that'll be enough room for his feet. Of course, this still needs a middle leg. Good clearance here. Leg folds down nicely. Booyah! This longer extension is going to need a leg. All right, now all I need is Trevor to get home from school. I'm gonna go ahead and lace this up with the rope, and then we'll make sure it's long enough so he can stretch out. Climb in and then sit down in the middle and then stretch out and see if you can. The canvas will be tighter than this, but. Okay, so scoot down a little bit because I think don't fall asleep. This kid needs to fall asleep. He's had a long week. Stretch your feet out. Let's see what happens. All right. They go more toward the middle.
More like over here.
Yeah. Then you can get a full stretch. All right, so the cots are in. The last thing I need to do is make some paper forms here, and I'll get those over to Rebecca to sew up the canvas pieces. Of course, there'll be 2 pieces for each cot, and so stay tuned for that in a future video. So what do you think, Trev?
It's big.
It's big. So were you concerned you weren't going to be able to stretch out in here?
There was that thought there, but I mean, I was pretty sure I would have been able to fit.
That's good. I'm glad you didn't doubt me. So it's going to be cozy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cozy is good. Special thanks to our patrons and members for helping make these videos possible. And thank you to tinktube for sponsoring this series. I'm really excited about how these cots came together, and I'm looking forward to now starting to skin this camper. So it was nice not having the skin on to put these cots in, I will say that. As always, our mission here at Green Shorts is to help you
see green so you can be green, and save a little green by doing it yourself.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next Saturday.